Then close the eyes. Deep, slow breathing, and I'll let you know when we're going to bow in. All right, let's bow in. Shomani. Back. はい。お願いします。はい. Let's stretch out like that. Loosen up the legs. Outside of the legs, the yang side, then the yin side, inside. Right. Touch toes. Just light stretches. Twist the back. Stretch the back rather. Other side. Right, and then back further. And again, other side. Touch toes again. All right, legs wide. Outside of the legs too. Way down to the one side. Touch toes. Other side. Down the middle. Right, and stretch the back. You can lower your chest as far as it'll go. Other side. Right, back up again. Right, and soles of the feet together. Can maybe call this butterfly stretch, perhaps. Loosen up the leg. And loosen up the other leg. Right, and down the center. Right, and to the side. Other side. Let's loosen the ankle. Other way. And alternate. And loosen the toes, bend the toes. Other direction. Lengthen the toes. Widen the toes, stretch them out. And pressure points. Right, and soles of the feet. Shake it out. Other ankle. Other way. Alternate. Right, bend the toes. Other way. Lengthen the toes. And widen them. Right, pressure points, so to speak. Right, soles of the feet. Right, shake it out. Right, on your stomach. And I guess we call this cobra pose, perhaps. To the side. Other side. Alternate. Right, and child's pose, I think it is. Right, drop the shoulder. Other shoulder. Now drop the shoulder and rotate the arm as if it's as if you're being pinned Nikyo, kind of. Anyway, just give your arm a good rolling stretch. All right. Up onto the toes, squatting. Massage the toes against the floor. Right, and up. Let's loosen the knees. Other way. And alternate. Right, bending and touch toes. Bend the knees again. Touch toes. Right, toes out, knees out, and squatting. Let's open the chest, open the legs. You can even get yourself a nice, would this be sort of a kotegaishi stretch when you stand back up? And again, down into squat, open the chest. Stand up. And legs wide. Bending the one knee. Other side. Now drop the shoulder. Twist the back. Stretch the back rather. Other shoulder. And alternate. And all the way down. Pull this toe towards you. Don't point it out away from you. Pull it towards you. That way you not only get this stretch, but you get this one too. Other side. Again. And again. All right, feet together. And let's scoop up the air. Push it all the way up. Again. And again. Remember, when the hands come down, let the neck stretch up. Let's do one more. I scoop it up. Stretch the head up as the hands come down. Leave the space between the shoulders and ears. All right. Then a little bit. Let's see. Spotlight it. Make sure that I've got that. Okay. Then hand goes here. Put this one on it, just in case some people are new. Other side. And make sure to keep the elbows down because we want to stretch that wrist. If you raise the elbows each time, then you won't be stretching. The other hand now. Then here. We do have a couple of white belts here, so black belts. Your patience as I really clarify these grips. And other hand. And nice. Stretch this way. And the other side. And again. And again. Shake them out. Okay, then the left foot forward. Let me see if I can see people better if I do this. That's a little better. Okay, left foot forward. And we want to have the right foot at about 65 degrees off of this line. If we were to draw a line from ourselves to the camera, we would want each foot on each side of the line. So we don't want to hide the back foot behind the front foot, for example, like this. We want to have them both on the side. Realize that was out of the camera. So the feet should be on either side of the line, neither foot overlapping the line, okay? So that's our line for the feet. And if that back heel is down and the back foot is at 65 degrees, it stands to reason that it'd be difficult to impossible, or at the very least unnatural, to have our belly button facing absolutely forward. So our center line shifts slightly to the side, doesn't it? Okay, so our center line is just slightly off to the side of the belly button. Don't let that make your front knee collapse. Okay, don't allow that to happen. That sometimes does. So this center line moving forward. As we do Funako Gyundo, the rowing exercise, oftentimes people close up here. Don't let that happen either. Really police yourself, okay? So especially when the hands go out, think about maintaining a lot of space here, okay? Or even expanding the space, because it really wants to contract when you reach out. But anyway, we'll shift the weight from one knee to the other knee. And the hands are sort of just a secondary, that is sort of like a result of that. So here we go. Make as much or as little noise as is appropriate for where you are. So here we go. A ho, 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 a ho. A ho, a ho, a ho, a ho, a ho. Switch to the right foot. Just double check your line. Make sure that your front foot isn't hiding your back foot. Make sure the front foot is straight, back foot is 65 degrees. Open the chest, bring the shoulder blades towards each other, and drop the shoulders away from the ears. Here we go. Ho, a 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 ho. Eyes closed. Now the arms extend. Inhale. Let them drop. 2 more times. Right. All right. So let's take a look today. Let's start off, since we've got a couple of new people. Let's start off with just a review of this idea about the center line, the body's center line. So, for example, when we're doing shomen cuts, the body should be in shomen position, and what that means is back heel slightly up off the floor. Okay, when the swordsman, you'll see them kick like this. But anyway, back foot is parallel to the front foot. Both feet are straight. And that puts the body, let's see, this camera. I made things a little confusing for myself today. Anyway, yeah, there we go. So if the back foot is straight rather than 65-degree angle, that puts your center line right intersecting your belly button. When we drop that back heel to 65 degrees, so that the foot is 65 degrees, then that shifts our center line over slightly. And then today, I want to get to irimi. I don't think we did much or any last Wednesday. Back foot should be 90 degrees. And so this is, for example, if a cut is coming, we need to let that cut go right past us. Irimi tenkan, irimi nage. These are 2 examples of it. So anyway, the position of the feet really impact the position of the body and where your center is. So let's review just a little bit of A and B foot pattern. And if you've got a sword, please get it. I'm going to move this camera over a little bit so that I don't have this weird, unexpected angle. Sorry, everybody. That might be a little better now. Okay. All right. So then for our new people, what we're doing is we're simply working on footwork, really, and then other alignment within the body. But we're not doing tachidori. Well, we're not doing like kumitachi, things like that, these patterns, choreographed patterns. What I want to work on, continue working on, is the alignment, the posture, and the angles. And so we've separated things into 3 basic patterns of footwork. And if you think about shihonage, for example, we step forward with the left foot and then cut, keisagiri. And then into seigan gamai, step forward and a pivot, keisagiri again. Okay, so if we imagine a partner grabbing our wrist, this would be shihonage. Some of you are super duper comfortable with this at this point. So Cliff, for example, Moritz, you can already begin. Anyway, whenever you're ready. Also, if you don't have enough room to use a sword, you can use a short sword as well, a shoton. Okay. If you don't have any sword, pretend you've got a sword or use a ladle from the kitchen or whatever. Left foot forward, then we take a step with the right. Tenshin, not tenkan, but tenshin. Back up into Seigangamai, step through, turn, cut, or throw. So continue on your own. Step, tenshin, Seigangamai. Through. Left foot forward. Step forward with the right. Kesagiri. In tenshin. Okay, not tenkan, but tenshin. Tenshin is a 45-degree version of tenkan. Okay. And for the people who've been doing this for a while, some interesting things that I'm discovering. One is this we worked on this, for example, Cliff and Moritz, we've worked a lot at the end of Kesagiri, this transition back to Seigangamai. Step through, we step back. But anyway, then before this final cut, we should be in Shomen and the back heel up slightly. And then we cut and the back foot drops into 65 degrees. The back heel drops, doesn't it? Because we're doing Kesagiri from Shomen. So it changes our center line again. So you can keep that in mind as you're moving. And continue, everybody. I'm going to take a closer look here. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. You know what? Let's already switch over to Shoto, single hand grip. Warren, I see that you don't have a weapon. That's absolutely no problem. You can imagine now that you're holding a Shoto instead of a Bokdo. So if you're imagining holding a Bokdo, you've got two hands right here. If you're imagining holding a Shoto, then you're holding it with one hand. So we'll start there. So right foot forward. And if you're already comfortable with this, go ahead for it. I'm going to explain it step by step for new people like Warren. I think we have one or two other new people. So anyway, Warren and anybody else, if we have the right foot forward and we're holding the Shoto with the right hand, we step as if our partner's coming to grab this hand, this right hand, with their left hand. So gyakuhanmi, right? They're coming with gyakuhanmi. I step forward and tenshin. Tenshin is 45-degree step. So this is tenshin. We all know tenkan. Some people say 180. Some people say like 165, 135. Heard all of those different things. So anyway, tenkan is this. But tenshin is what we do all the time, but you hardly ever hear the word. We just do 45-degree step. Okay? So we start with the right foot forward, holding the sword in the right hand. Step with the left, tenshin. And there's a cut there. Then we turn our center this way, and we step through. Our partner's still over here. We turn and pivot. We grab their wrist, so we can symbolize that by switching the sword to the other hand, and then we cut down or we throw them. Leave the sword in this left hand now. Left foot forward. Step forward with the right and tenshin. Put our center forward and go into Seigangamai. Step through that person's arm, under the armpit, right? We switch hands, in other words, grab their wrist, and we cut down or throw. Now it's back in the right hand, we leave it there. Step through tenshin, Seigangamai. Step through, switch, grab the wrist with the other hand, cut down. Okay, continue. Yeah, nice. Beautiful Moritz. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Nice, Sarah. Yes, 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 yes. Beautiful Moritz, yeah. Yes, great, Mer. Great, great, great. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Yeah, nice Ceres. Looks good, Cliff. Okay, then some people are already doing it, especially our veterans like Cliff and Moritz are always here on Wednesday. But just a reminder for everybody, when the hands go down, for example, when you cut, when you throw your partner, whatever reason, when your hands go down, usually this chest wants to collapse to some extent. Or you cut, you want to look like a tough guy, cut like that. But if you look at the masters, you see many photos where the arms are down, and this looks like so expanded, and a lot of space between the ears and shoulders. So keep that in mind as you're doing this this progression, these patterns. Okay, whenever the sword goes down, stretch your neck up. Comes through, goes down again. Stretch your neck when you do these cuts. All right. Uh-huh. Yeah, nice, Moritz. Yeah, good. Another thing, Warren, I'm not sure if it's just the camera angle, but it looks like your eyes are pointing down, and it's awfully hard to expand the chest and get the shoulders down if your eyes are down. Usually the body wants to collapse when you're looking down. So you can start off, if I'm right about all that. Zoom is a different weird thing. So if that's the case, then put the eyes on a spot on the wall and then try to drop the shoulders and open the chest even more. Oh, that's already better. Wow. Yeah. Good. Okay. We're going to move on to pattern B. So Cliff and Moritz, go for it. If you're ready, then go ahead. New people. So, for example, we'll hold the sword in the right hand with the right foot forward. We'll take a step with the left, and then tenkan. Right? Some people say 180 with this back foot. Other people say 135. Seems more natural to me, right about here. Then we've got this front foot, which steps back. And then pivot and a cut. I'll show it again. I'll try to take smaller steps this time. When we do it in the dojo, we should take big steps. So left hand, left foot, step and tenkan. Step back, pivot, and cut. I'll do it. I'll give you the side angle too. Right foot, right foot, right hand. Step forward and tenkan. With this case, I've cut. Seigangamai, pivot, and cut or throw. And then the other side, left hand, left foot, step and tenkan. Backward step to seigangamai, pivot, cut. Okay, I'll keep doing them. I'll do them sideways more. I think that's a better view. So, step, tenkan, and cut. Yeah. Here, pivot, and cut. Left foot, left hand, step, tenkan, backward, cut. And I'm guessing that Warren at least for me, the first time that somebody took me through this, I couldn't keep track of where uke was. So I'm guessing that might be the case for you. In case it is, again, for example, if I'm holding the sword with my right hand, with my right foot forward, I imagine a partner coming to grab this right hand with their left hand. Gyaku hammi. Happens all the time. And a really old school uke is going to come at a little bit of an angle, isn't he or she? They come a little bit at an angle. That gives you this space to step into. And tenkan. So that just took uke all the way over there. Now they're all the way over here. Then when you take your step back, you accelerate their momentum. And you take the wrist and cut. I'll do it from the side view again. Now it's my left hand. They're coming to grab my left hand with their right hand. They come a little bit at an angle usually because we've got atemi and things like that, don't we? So, no, you're old school. So anyway, because of atemi, they come a little bit this way. So we step into this space and tenkan. Then this front foot goes back. That keeps them moving. And now they're over here and a cut. And from the other side, uke is coming from my right wrist with their left hand. They're coming from over there-ish. I step in, tenkan. That deflects them, spins them over to here. Then the front foot comes back. That brings them back even further. Turn, cut. Continue, everybody. Let's see what we got here. And especially new people, if you lose track of the footwork or where uke is supposed to be, something like that, don't worry too much about it. Try to expand the chest, drop the shoulders, stretch the neck up. That's very valuable. You can take that to any style that you're doing with any teacher. Looks nice, Warren. Yeah. Very nice. Wow, everybody doing great. Very nice, Sarah. Yes, beautiful. Sarah, beautiful up here too. So much space, so big. Really, really nice. Just realized that none of my devices are showing the time. So I changed everything. Let me slip out and check the time. Okay, ta-da. That'll do it. Okay, great. All right, now everybody, let's transition. So trying to find the common ground here. So for the new people, this might be an early transition. For the veterans, it's like, oh my gosh, A and B again, we've done this forever. So, but hopefully you're finding new inspiration in these movements. So anyway, let's move on to Shomanuchi Iriminage. And let me first show it with the long sword. And anybody who wants to go along with this, that's fine. My intention is to demonstrate it for new people, but you can join in if you're comfortable. So from the right foot, right hammi, a sword cut is coming towards us. We step through, and this time instead of shomen body, or hammi body with the center line here, instead we want to put the back foot at about 90 degrees, and we want to have our body like this so that the sword would just miss us. All right. So even our new person has tons of experience. So this is very clear. So we enter with our body completely sideways, tenkan and cut. And then the cutting illustration of this then is we leave our feet right there and we cut kiriage. Okay. Now, interestingly, when you cut kiriage, also sometimes the shoulders want to go up. Don't let them. So if you take nothing else from this class, take the concept that when the hands go up, down, wherever, you want to keep this nice, healthy space between the shoulders and ears and keep expansion in your chest. That's the main theme. All right. Anyway, then the left foot forward. We come in, we let their sword go past us. We cut, and then kiriage. Okay. So that's what we've got with the long sword, or the regular sword. Okay. If we do it with shoto, the kata is coming at us. We enter, move the body sideways, tenkan, and cut, kiriage, cut. Or other side, left foot, left hand. Let it go past us. Okay. Cut, kesa, kiriage, cut. Let's try that for a little bit. And anybody who wants, but especially Cliff and Moritz, if you would like, of course, you can play with this weight shift that we've done other times. Maybe we'll go into that with the whole group in a little bit, but certainly the two of you are comfortable enough. You can play with that if you want. And anybody else who knows what I'm talking about, if you want to, go for it. But otherwise, just kesagiri at the beginning and kiriage at the ending. So a step, tenkan with kesagiri, and a pivot with kiriage. I messed up. Let it go past you. Let it go past. Kesagiri, kiriage. Let me check in on everybody. Morit's looking good. Yes. Nice, Warren. Nice, Mur. Wow, really nice and fluid. You look like you've been doing it for 10 years. Nice, Moritz. Yes. Very nice, Sarah. Oh, Ceres, nice. Cliff, nice. Wow. I can already move on to the next step. You guys are looking good. Looks nice, Warren, yeah. Okay. Man, you guys, looking good, looking good. Let me, let's all get a towel, get a dish towel, a bath towel. Sorry, I didn't know that we would get this far. So it's a compliment. Get some sort of fabric, probably a towel, dish towel, bath towel, something. And I like to fold mine up kind of lengthwise. Okay. So I'll just show, you don't need to get your sword again, but I want to show where we're going with this. And Moritz and Cliff, you already know. Some of the others might know. But we're going to hold the towel, even though we don't have a sword, right? We're going to hold the towel in the other hand. So we started off holding a sword in, for example, our right hand with the right foot forward. So we're going to hold the towel on the left. So if I were to hold both, it would look like this. Okay. Or it would look like this. All right. So I think it might be a bit much for us to hold both. Let's start off by just holding the towel. And we'll start with it in the left hand and the right foot forward. And so now we're imagining uke coming to us with shomanuchi, whether it's empty hand or weapon. They're coming shomanuchi with their right hand. So for those of you who know the terminology, it's I hammi. They're coming right hammi. I'm in right hammi. They're coming with their right hand, strike with their right hand. So what do we do? Especially the black belts, we know we need to step in and we need to let that strike go right past our chest. Then we take this hand, we put it on their neck, or some styles their shoulder. Okay, so now this is representing their body. We take our tenkan just like we've been doing. We pivot just like we've been doing. Okay, and we do kiriage. So you can see then, even with this towel, when I pivot and do kiriage, even without moving my hand this way, if I just keep my hand right up against my stomach, that towel swings. Okay, that's what we want in our partner. We just want to impact their body, so that we don't want to make their feet do this or that, make their shoulder do this or that, we don't want to dominate and boss people around, but we want to be like a tornado, and they find that, whoa, my feet just got drawn out from under me, things like that. So anyway, now left hand forward, left foot forward, and the towel once again signifies the body. We step in, we let the strike go past us. We reach for the shoulder or the neck, tenkan, and turn, kiriage. And of course, Moritz and Cliff, you can feel free to use the shifting the weight. You can go at your own pace. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about or do but want to see another demo of it, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Then let the strike go past me, tenkan, and then when I do kiriage, I put a little bit more bend into this now back knee. It's going to be the front knee soon. I cut up and I bend into it, and then I bend and then I straighten it. So if you watch the towel, I cut up, bend, and bend. It's the rowing exercise. I bend the front knee, I bend the back knee. It makes the towel sway. If I do that in a turn, the towel sways and goes right around my front leg. So there's my partner. There go their feet. The feet are down here. Neck is up here. Okay, and I didn't have to grab a hold and find, some dojos, they talk about some pressure point. You can cause pain right at the neck. And, well, I don't know. I'm looking for ways of creating vacuum instead of pain. So anyway, maybe a bit idealistic. So now, left foot forward, stepping through, tenkan, up and bend. Okay, cutting up, bend the front, now bend the back. And I'll give you this angle as well. Right foot forward, I'll start with. And step in, tenkan. This is what we want. Now left foot forward, Let the strike go past. Tenkang, cut up. Oh. Okay, continue on your own. Unless you've got questions. If you're not continuing, I always assume that I need to demo something more. Yeah. Nice. Whoa. Very nice. Yeah. Wow, Mori, it's nice. Nice. Good, Mer. Ooh, nice, Sarah. Okay. And then at least Sarah and Warren, soon I'm going to need a bigger monitor, by the way, because I'm going to start out what I'm saying with, like, if I'm seeing you correctly. So once I start with that too often, that means I need a bigger monitor. Anyway, Sarah and Warren is looking good. The sequence is perfect. If I'm reading it right through Zoom, it looks like you could use even more of this shifting the weight back. So with the rowing exercise, when we shift the weight back, most people come back to 2 straight knees. And it doesn't do so much. You can even test it out anytime, now in this class or any other time. If you just bend the front knee, you get a little bit of sway in your towel, right? If you, let's even do this. If you have the feet fairly close together and you sway, then you get some movement in your towel, all right? Then you get a wider stance. And if you, for example, just bend the front knee, you get that much sway. But if you bend the front knee and bend the back knee, you get even more sway in your towel, okay? So I don't quite know why it works, but it surely does. And when somebody's holding on to that, it feels totally different. So let me put it back to then together into the context. For example, right foot forward, they're coming with the strike. I come in here, Tenkang, come up. Now the two of you are doing really nicely, making this big. But now make this big too. Make this after the kiriage. Make this vacuum really big too by bending this back leg. Or I'll give it to you from this angle. Here, here, kiriage, and way back on this back leg. And I'll give it to you from this other angle. Here, here, kiriage, and bah. Let me do it again this side. Yeah, okay. Here, no, bigger steps so that you can see it better at the end. Yo, okay. Way back onto this leg after the big forward kiriage, then a big vacuum back. And you'll see even more dynamic movement in your towel. Go when you're ready. And the whole time keeping the chest open, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Beautiful, Mer. Nice, Moritz, yeah. I gotta track down Cliff. There he is. Beautiful, Cliff. Zere's looking good. Uh-huh. Yeah. Very nice. And then Cliff, did we do, forgive me, I've got to start making notes now. Did we get to Tachidori in last Wednesday's class? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if we didn't get to Tachidori, taking sword takeaway. You don't know? Okay. Then that means it'll be interesting if we do it again. You think no? Okay. All right. Yeah. Zoom world. We're like hoping that we're communicating accurately. Looks good, Sarah. Very, very nice, Sarah. Wow, Cliff. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, that is nice. Okay. I don't think we got to it last time, and we won't have time to go really deep into it today. We're almost finished, but I want to explore more this idea of the Shomen body and Hummi body, where the sunshine moves over here. Okay, Shomen, Hummi, and also Irimi body. So, especially for the black belts, maybe you're at the level where you're doing, for example, demonstrations or certainly black belt tests against weapons, and you need to do weapons takeaway. So, for example, and here's the thing, now and again I have people say like, oh, when can I get my black belt? You know, aren't I there yet? Careful what you wish for. As soon as you put this on, people start attacking you differently, right? They're like, oh, well, she can handle it, he can handle it. So anyway, if somebody's really coming at you with a very clean, very strong, and very committed Shomen attack, then you've got to be able to make your body do this. And when a beginner comes at you with, or beginner or intermediate comes at you with Shomen attack, oftentimes they cut like this because they don't want to hit you on the head. It makes sense. And they don't really trust their own skill yet, which is smart. They haven't developed far enough to trust their own skill or you. But this can be dangerous too. You know, if they go this way and you were planning on doing a movement that requires you to go that way. So anyway, when you're on the attacking side, if you're not sure, if you're scared of your own lack of skill or you know, your own level or their level, slow is fine. But changing the target is not fine. That's when things actually do get dangerous. So anyway, let's say that you've got somebody really advanced, really coming at you, knowing what they're doing, and this is going straight towards you. Okay? Straight on. So that means that if I leave this shoulder out even a little bit, it should hit it. It should. If he knows what he's doing, it's going to hit. So I've got to pull the shoulder back. All right? There's no, what's the word? Anyway, it requires attention to detail. So don't even leave your shoulder out a little bit. It'll hit. Instead, let the body go completely 90 degrees. All right? Then they're holding the sword. If they're really skilled, they're holding the sword like this. So there's about a 2-finger width between the hands. If they're not so skilled, they're probably holding it like this. This is even easier. You got a whole fist width between the hands. But again, more skilled person, they're holding it more like this. So this is coming in, step to the side. And sometimes, for example, when we teach beginners this, we teach them to do tenkan, which is really safe and easier. But more advanced people, this is coming pretty fast. And sometimes all you have time for is irimi. This hand can go right to here, right in that 2-finger width space. Right? And then we grab here and tenkan if you like, or switch the stance if you like. So again, here, This is coming at me. Come in and here. And oftentimes their front hand then will loosen. It's like this. Sorry. Their hand is like this. Your hand comes in back with, it loosens up. And then here, not here, but here. And we can use it like the Jo then. It's a little tough to visualize on Zoom, I think. But it was fascinating for me when that was introduced. So you can sort of play with that. Realize now that we're going to go a little bit over time. So let's put the weapons down, put the towel down, and let's warm down. So let's take a stretch. Turn. Other way. To the side. And the other side. Drop the shoulders, loosen the neck. Okay, sit. Let's just sit for a moment. Let's expand. Draw everything into your center. Expand into your palms.